What's up, everybody? It's your boy Yvonne and Tom. Welcome back to Wrenchtrenchers Garage, and today I am so excited because I get to put together my 20-ton log splitter. This is a Predator 20-ton log splitter. It came from Harbor Freight, and I would like to first and foremost, before I get started, I have to go ahead and dedicate this video to the Miss Lovely Yvonne and Tom out in Green Bay. This was a gift from them. They knew we were crying for one. We needed one. We were trying to figure out how we're going to get one, because I tell you what, the yard is full of damn logs that need a bunch of splitting. And this thing right here, this is the answer to the call. So thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Tom, so much. This video is dedicated to you, and I'm ecstatic. I don't know what else to do. So now, it has been a few little quirks here and there about trying to get this video out and trying to get things going, but today is the day that I'm going to go ahead and start. Unfortunately, it's a little rainy out, so the demo is going to have to be tomorrow, but nobody is going to have to wait for that because the power of editing. So tomorrow I'll go out and do the demo and start splitting some woods up, some logs up, so you guys can see how it works. But today I'm going to go ahead and put this together. I'm going to go ahead and wear the chest cam for the GoPro, so you guys can pretty much see everything I'm doing with it. And I'm also going to leave this guy running as well, so I can have different angles, different shots, and you guys, hopefully I can give you a better experience on putting this thing together. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start ripping into this thing. I'm going to show you guys what's in the package. I'm going to show you guys what comes with this thing, and I'm going to put this thing together, and tomorrow we're going to split some logs. I also want to go ahead and do a couple of shout outs for you guys. So I want to thank everyone for watching my channel, for just supporting me. Antonio Claudio Michael, he is always one of my top commenters. Michael Endgame Windeer is also a top commenter for the channel. But you guys always give me great feedback. If any of you guys that do comment on my channel, let me know what you really think. That's the only way the channel's gonna grow. If you think it sucks, then just let me know and give me a reason why. I'm kind of stealing that away from Atomic Garage. So Adam, I also appreciate everything that you do. You have a great solid channel, and I appreciate it. I love watching it. So yeah, just to take a page out of Adam's book at Atomic Garage. Yeah, if you guys want to give me a dislike, that's fine, but please leave in the comments why you don't like what you didn't like, or tell me what you didn't like, so I can go ahead and continue to progress and make better videos. So thank you very much for that. Now let's see, who else? Jeff Parker, Grant 7, Cat Loco, all have great channels. If you don't subscribe to them, go ahead and look at them and subscribe to them, because they have awesome channels too. So with all that being out of the way right now, let's get into opening this Predator 20-ton log splitter. Probably the biggest, heaviest piece of machinery that I own. Alright guys, as you can see, we have our parts bin open. So what I'm going to do is start laying all of this stuff out, and that way I can get a good spread out on the floor, see exactly what I need, make sure I got everything accounted for, and then we'll move on to the next step from there. So here we go. with this thing right here, I'm gonna need another person to help me lift this out because it is extremely heavy. But in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is go through the instructions. I know, not very manly of me to go through instructions, but this is it's a pretty heavy duty piece of kit, and I think the thing to do is to go through the instructions. But just to kind of go through the things that we do have for this thing, just to show you what we got. We have some hardware, this guy right here. So we have this hardware here with the O-ring, a couple other various things. We got some other hardware here. Also got hardware here. 2 wheels, and some bracketry, an engine. It's always good to have an engine. But yeah, so that's where we're at with this right now. And so I'm gonna go through this, and I'll be back. Through the instructions a little bit, and it seems like the first thing you need to find is what is called the tow bar. And I believe this is your tow bar. And basically you flip it this way, and this is where you have to use a lock nut. You're gonna use bolt number 15 and a lock pin number 16. All right, so going over this thing, I'm gonna need this guy here. All right, looks like the next thing we're gonna start is attach the front tow bar. This guy right here. We're gonna have to attach that up front to this guy here using bolts number 49. And when you go to the back of the book, you can see what number those bolts are. And those bolts are actually in the main parts list. See the main parts list, and then you look for number 49 bolt M1275. So you go over here, find bolt M1275. That's these 2 larger bolts down here, right here. It's these guys right there. So what you do is you take this bad boy off here. Right, and then this guy goes on. So with this, if you can see that, I'll give you a good picture of that. And then this guy just goes and bolts on. Now, there may be a certain orientation you need to do this, so I'm gonna go back to the assembly chart and make sure I put this on the correct way. So. The 3 washer is a flat washer 12. The 4 is a lock nut M12. So lock nut M12, for these right here. Lock nut M12, these right here. Just take 2 of these out. Yeah, flat washer 12. That'd be this guy, right? That's this guy right down here. This thing is extremely heavy, and hey, this might be a little bit of side money right here. Somebody might need some stuff split up. I can go around and tow it to the house, and I can make a little bit of money. That guy is next to be put on. All right, so this is actually the fluid tank, and this guy is to be attached to back here. All right, so this is what I'm using as a prop right now. Bolts number 2, washers 3, lock nuts 4. Bolts 2, which is the M1280s, which are these. So all these are M12 stuff. So this, you need 2 of these. And 2 of these. I'm gonna keep moving. The next step is we can put the wheels on. So wheel assembly. Pack grease into the center of one wheel's 48 hub from both sides. So that's one on. And sorry, I cut the camera off because I couldn't get the wheel on, and then it finally kind of slid on there. You got to just put it on there perfect. But I'm hoping I can get a shot of the other side. All right, I'm about out of battery, and I need to go ahead and dump the memory on my other camera. So I will continue this shortly. All right, guys, so we're back out here again, and we finally got some fresh batteries, and I finally dumped the old memory. So now we can continue on. What I have here is the platform, and it's pretty sturdy, so I can actually sit on it. I got my cup of good delicious Saruji's coffee right here, And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put you guys on a time lapse, because back here, that log splitter part back there, yeah, it's too heavy for me to lift, and even with 2 people, it's still kind of daunting to lift that thing. And as manly and as strong as I am, I'm still not able to lift that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook up the engine hoist to it and see if I can't place it on here. So you guys are gonna go on a quick time lapse while I move some things around and get some things positioned, and see if we can't put that bad boy on here, and see if we can be splitting some logs by the morning. So see you in a bit. Oh, and by the way, yeah, you see that? Alright, see you later. Alright guys, so here we are. We have the larger part of the log splitter on, and I had to break out some heavy equipment to get that done. But yeah, we're moving along. The only thing to do now is go ahead and put that engine on here, and we can keep going. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys exactly what I did. So this was the 2 smaller bolts in here. These were the hex bolt M1235s. So these were the 2 M1235s that came in here, and you put those, and you put the M12, put those on here with the M12 nuts and the 12 millimeter washer. Back here is only held on by just a hinge pin, and I believe that's for storage purposes. I guess you can undo this and flip that up, or I don't know. And there's probably different ways to break this thing down, but looks like we're in business, guys. So the next thing we got to do now is I'm gonna go ahead and I probably won't time lapse it. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the camera on, and then we're gonna on a tripod, and we're gonna go ahead and put this motor on. So there you go. Alright, so what I want to do is kind of just stop right here just to show you exactly what I was doing. There is a hydraulic hose right here that goes to the, if you're looking at it from the back straight on, starting from the right side. If this was a car, this would actually be like the passenger side. But then what you would do is you would have this hose that starts from like a passenger side, and then it would flow all the way down here and go into this. It's a fluid tank for the hydraulic fluid. And when you undo the little capsule, there's a little capsule in this hose to keep things in there. Once you undo it, you're gonna get a little spill like I got of hydraulic fluid, and that's fine. But the first thing you want to make sure you do before you put this hose on is make sure you put that O-ring in there. So there's this little brown O-ring right here. That's the little brown O-ring. That goes in there first, and then you put your hose on, and I did that. But I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys exactly what I did to ensure that this is done correctly if you guys are going to follow my instructions. But like I said, this is normally not a tutorial, but you know, I'm kind of making it like a halfway tutorial. So that's done. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the engine. So I'm going to go ahead and put you guys back on the tripod. Alright guys, it's about the moment of truth right now. We're about to start this thing up, but first I'm going to detach this thing from the truck so I can get it out of the way. I don't want any pieces of log going flying and breaking stuff. But the first thing I ended up doing is going to the store, and this thing needed about 2.5 gallons of hydraulic fluid. I'm going to show you the stuff that I used. I use this stuff here. I use the Power Care premium hydraulic fluid from Home Depot. So this stuff I use. I also use the same Power Care 4-cycle engine oil, the 10W30. This is what this requires for this log splitter as well. But this one I need to get 3 containers of this stuff, and I use like 2.5. So if you're gonna have one of these, this is what you're gonna be using. But I'm gonna disconnect everything, and we're gonna try to split some logs. First thing I wanted to do is make sure that I had enough hydraulic fluid in there, which I did. There's a dipstick attached to this little nozzle right here, so I went ahead and checked that, so that's good. But to go ahead and explain how this works is that you have your fuel here, which is this black lever here, and down right here it says on this way, so you can turn your fuel on, so that way you got fuel flowing. And this is your start and run position. So if you're gonna start it like a choke, this is like your choke, and that's what I'm gonna be doing now because the engine is cold. I don't think it's ever been run before, brand new. And then you also have this where you have the rabbit and the turtle, and you need to have that set to about 1/3 of the throttle. So if that's full throttle and that's the slowest throttle, you want to go to about 1/3, which is about right there. So that's where I'm going to start that, and let's go ahead and pull this choke. Let's see what happens. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm working the handle back and forth a few times to bleed all the air out of the hydraulic system. And then I'm going to recheck the hydraulic system to see to make sure I have the right level again. So I'm going to just top it off. Now it also says in the instructions for the first 2 or 3 hours to not run this thing at full speed. So I'm running at it about 1/2 to 3/4 throttle right now. And I'm working this thing back and forth a few times to make sure got everything bled out and everything dry. Now this thing's actually surprisingly quiet. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just make sure my hydraulic fluid is still at the level it's supposed to be. Now it did drop down some, so I'm just going to go ahead and top this off. Alright guys, so here is the end results of this thing, and as you can see, this thing cut a lot of wood, and I'm telling you, the thing didn't even break a sweat. It barely used any gas, and I'm pretty ecstatic about it. So this is the end of this video, guys. We've used it. My review on it is that the thing works great. This thing is a lifesaver. This thing will make my yard work, whatever work I'm gonna be doing, that much easier. And I'm telling you, you can use this thing. You can probably make a little money on the side cutting logs for other people. This thing is it's almost, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's an investment. If you want to get one of these, it's an investment. You can make a little money. You can probably make your money back that you spent on this thing. and you're gonna have a good time doing it. The thing's powerful. You just gotta follow the instructions and do what it says, and then you are gonna have one great machine to help you along the way with whatever your yard work needs, maybe as long as it's wood cutting. But okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Don't forget about my Zazzle store. Go ahead and pick up yourself some Wrench Trench merch. And also, don't forget, keep wrenching. Wrench Trench out. Peace.